So you want to write a movie, but you don't know where to begin. Well, I got you. Before we get going, in case we haven't met yet, I'm Jaz Kalkat. I'm the cat half, a tomcat. Meow. So you have your idea for a movie. It's lingering in your head. We're gonna help you flesh those ideas out. Baby steps. What we're gonna do is take some note cards. We need 5 of them. 5 note cards. We're gonna write out these 5 beats, put them on the wall, and see if we have a movie. Some people call them tent pole scenes, because it takes 5 poles to hold up a tent. Number 1 is the setup. This is your hero before they're the hero. You can call it a hero, you can call it a protagonist, your main character. I don't care what you call it. Call it your hero. In the setup, we're gonna set up our hero's world, his or her flaws. We're gonna set up all the other characters in this movie. Well, not all of them. Just the majorly important characters in the movie. We're also gonna get some of the themes of the film. Someone might even say the theme out loud. Don't do that, but if you want to do that, you can do that. This moment is kind of like the most real life moment in your screenplay, where I'm not gonna say things are boring, but they're more real life. For example, in maybe The Matrix, the lead character Neo, he works at the office. He's just a normal office guy. He's really boring.
Do I make myself clear? Yes, Mr. Reinhardt, perfectly clear.
Till his life has changed forever. And when does it change forever? In step 2, the inciting incident. This is the moment where your hero's life changes forever. Something happens, and after that something, your hero is never the same. This is the moment that launches our character into the story. For example, Star Wars. R2-D2 has a message for Luke Skywalker. Plays a message, Luke's life is never the same, he becomes a Jedi. Instantly. End of movie.
You're my only hope.
What's this?
What is what? He asked you a question. What is that?
So when you're trying to pick your inciting incident, make sure it's a big moment. This can't be a tiny moment. This gotta be huge. This changes somebody's life. And make sure you're able to answer a few questions. My biggest question for the inciting incident is always, why is this happening to my character today? Why right now? And if you have a great inciting incident, test it on people. Call your grandma. Hey grandma, got an inciting incident for you. Don't say it like that, but you know what I mean, you know. Just call her, run it by her. Run ideas by your grandmothers. Number 3, the midpoint. Smack dab in the center of your movie. The midpoint. That's why it's called the midpoint. It's in the middle. At the very middle of your story, things can start to slow down. This is the moment where our hero faces a shift into a new direction. Mentally, physically, something new has to happen here. In the movie Jurassic Park, directed by Steven Spielberg, the midpoint of the film is when we realize old Mr. T-Rex has broken out of the cage and iconic car chase begins. Objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Your hero's gonna have to make a choice here. Are they gonna go back where they came from, become the old them again, or are they gonna embrace their new selves and move forward to complete their journey? Number 4, make sure you're planning out the climax. No sex jokes. This is the moment where the hero uses everything they have learned in the past during the rest of this film and uses those new techniques to overcome, whether it's the antagonist or the villain or the girlfriend, whatever, themselves. In the movie, The Little Miss Sunshine. This is the moment where Olive does her dancey thing on the stage, the pageant, the Little Miss Sunshine pageant. That's what it's called. The movie's called Little Miss Sunshine. The pageant's called Little Miss Sunshine. So she gets up there, that's the climax, she's dancing. Everyone's really weirded out by the whole sexual dance this little kid's doing. And the family at this point has learned to be a family. This adventure taught them to be a family. So instead of, being like, no, Olive, they embrace her. They embrace Olive. They all get on the stage. They all dance. What a great climax. The climax needs to be the most exciting thing you have seen in the movie thus far. This is the trailer moment. The last story beat you want to map out is the resolution. The resolution. This could be like the hardest thing in your movie or the easiest thing, depending. In a superhero movie, what's the resolution? Spider-Man wins. Every single time. Sounds like an easy one. How does he win? Well, that's the movie. But the resolution, Spider-Man wins, right? Sometimes your resolution could be a little bit more emotional than that. For example, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Seen that movie? if you haven't seen it. Spoilers! At the resolution of this film, our hero, McMurphy, has had a lobotomy, but his real rebel attitude has been transferred into his buddy, Chief. With that new rebel attitude, Chief is able to escape the mental ward. Emotional. Our main character loses his mind, but Chief, who is kind of an awesome character, is finally able to get out of there. Step 5 is probably the most important. You have to figure out your resolution before you start writing. You gotta know where the story is going. You know where it starts, you gotta know where it ends. You gotta work your way towards that. And if something changes in your resolution, you probably need to change something in your setup because they are connected. So those are your 5 beats. Start writing, flesh it out, send it to your grandma. Send it to me if you want to. I'll be waiting. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up thing. Subscribe button thing, I think it pops up at the end of the video. Hit the middle button, it's our faces, hit it. And that's it, see you guys next time.